Today you're going to learn how to solve equations mentally. This means using your head. Load these notes into GoodNotes so that you can follow along and fill them out as I do. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the difference between an expression and an equation. As you can see by the little detective up here, in this step, we are going to become like detectives and try to figure out what x is. X is sort of a missing piece or a variable. And sometimes it won't be x. It could be anything. Our variable could be anything. But before we do this, we need to understand the difference between an expression and an equation. Okay? An expression is simply, and you should know this already from the things that you've done already in writing expressions and simplifying expressions, factoring expressions. But a formal definition is it is a combination of numbers and operations. That just means things we do to numbers mathematically, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, that kind of stuff. So a combination of numbers and operations which might contain variables. And when they contain variables, we often call them terms. That's an expression. Okay, an example of an expression might be, let me write an example down here. An expression would just be 5 plus x minus 16. Okay, that's an expression. Now let's talk about an equation. Hopefully you noticed something about the word equation. Okay, there's a part of it, that the very first part of the word, equa. Hopefully you can think of something that you could spell out with those first four letters, and it would be equal, right? So the biggest thing about equations are they contain an equal sign. This is huge. Expressions do not have an equal sign. So I'm going to write over here, no equal sign. Okay, but equations do. Okay, the other difference that you can think of is equations, the way I'm going to write this definition, it's a mathematical sentence. Oops, let me erase that. I just spelled it wrong. A mathematical, boy, my handwriting is awful. Sorry about that, guys. A mathematical sentence showing two expressions are equal. So we must have an equal sign for it to be an equation. An example would be 5 plus x equals 13. You can see you have two expressions, 5 plus x and 13. Those are expressions, and we're showing that they are equal. Okay, if you think about it, another way to think about it in a language arts way is that equations are considered sentences because they have equal signs. Expressions are phrases. They're not complete sentences. They don't have an equal sign. Okay, so how are they alike? They're alike because they both have numbers and operations and they might have variables, but the way that they are different is that one has an equal sign and one does not. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we can do to try to figure out how we might try to solve, be detectives and solve for a variable, to figure out what a variable is. So we have down here an equation that says solve 18 equals 4 plus t. What does it look like? First, let's draw it out, okay? If we pretend that we have a scale, okay, our scale must be balanced, okay? On this side, we have, and I'm going to change my colors here to green to be kind of like our algebra blocks. Over here, we have 18 imagine we have 18 blocks. That's 10, 15, There's 18 is on the left side. That matches this right here. It equals 14 plus t. So on this side, this part over here goes on this side. So we have 14. There's 5. 10. 14 plus, we have t. Now we don't know what t is, so I'm going to make it similar to our French fry or our algebra block that means x or variable. And so we have this missing piece here. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to color it in. Okay, this is our missing piece. We want to be a detective and figure out what this is to make the scale balance. What would we have to add to the 14 cubes to get to 18? Well, hopefully you can say to yourself, well, that's easy. It obviously would be 4. If we put 4 more cubes over here, we would have 18 total cubes. So we would need 4. Now, the great thing about algebra and what I love about it is you really shouldn't ever get these wrong, because once you think you have your answer, you need to take it and plug it back into the expression or equation and figure out if it's right. So let's try that. 18 equals 14 plus 4. Is that true? Sure it is. That is correct. So we did it right. Let's go ahead and go to the next page. Okay, let's try this one. 5 plus m equals 14. So once again, let's draw a picture of what this might look like. Okay, and I'm going to try to do it this way. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, plus m, right? Okay, I don't know what m is, so that's over here. It's unknown. It's our question mark. It must equal 14 on the other side. So let's go ahead and put 14 over here. 1, whoops, didn't mean to do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, so looking at this is pretty easy. We have 5 of them, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like we have over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's figure out how many more we need to make the rest. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how many other cubes we would need to put over here to make it a true statement. So m should be 9. Let's plug it in to make sure that that is true. 5 plus 9 equals 14. Is that true? Sure it is. Let's give ourselves a star for that because we did such a good job. Perfect. Okay, let's do another one together. Okay, let's see here. 21 plus x equals 27. Okay, so let's draw it out again. Okay, we're going to have on this side, the left side is 21. Oops, I didn't mean to do a star. Okay, let's try that again with a square to represent my blocks. Okay, 1, 2, whoops. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There's my 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's make sure that's right. Yep, okay, so 21 plus x, right? So plus x, we don't know what he is, must equal 27 on the other side. So let's go ahead and put 27 on the other side. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm getting pretty fast at this, aren't I? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. That's what it would look like. So now, the easiest way to figure out what x is to let's go through and let's cross off 21 to figure out how many we would need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. How many are left that we did not cross off? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think x should be 6. Let's test it out. 21 plus 6 equals 27. Sure it does. Again, I think we deserve a big star for that. Very good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice just a few more. Okay, so to summarize what we're doing here, when you replace a variable with a value that results in a true sentence, you are doing what? This is what you should fill out in your notes. You actually solve the equation. That value for the variable that you discover is the solution of the equation. So you are a detective and you are finding the solution. Now, sometimes you will be given a problem where you are given some choices for solutions. So let's look at this first example. Is 3, 4, or 5 the solution of the equation a plus 7 equals 11? Okay, you are given 3 choices. You have to figure out which is the right one. Okay, in order to do this, you should not simply guess, you should test them and try them. So let's go ahead and try them out. Okay, so take each value. 3 plus 7 equals 11. 4 plus 7 equals 11. 5 plus 7 equals 11. Write them out, each value, write them out so that you can test it, and then simply try it. Does 3 plus 7 equal 11? No, of course it does not. So it does not equal 11. So you can cross out the equal. Now what about 4 plus 7? Does it equal 11? Sure it does. So again, that one should get our gold star, or our black star in this case. What about 5 plus 7 equals 11? Is it true? Absolutely not. We should cross it out. All right, let's do another one here. Now this time we are getting into some subtraction, okay? Solve g minus 7 equals 3 mentally. We are not given any choices. We simply have to be a detective. So how are we going to do this? In this case, you probably want to think about it in your head a little bit and figure out what minus 7 equals 3. So if I had some money and I took away $7 and I was left with $3, what would I have started with? In this case, you have to think backwards a little bit to think about if you took away 7 from what you had and only had 3 left, what would you have started with? Hopefully, you are going to say 10. Okay, if I started with $10, 10 minus 7 equals 3. That is correct. That gets a star. Okay, so with the subtraction ones, you have to think about that and you have to say to yourself, from what number can you subtract 7 so that the difference is 3? Okay, let's look at a word problem now. The total cost of a pair of skates and knee pads is $63. The skates cost $45. Use the guess, check, and revise strategy to solve the equation 45 plus k equals 63 to find k. So we're going to have to be detectives here and try to figure this out. We have to sort of guess and check. Okay, so what is it that we need to find? We need to find the cost of the knee pads, which is k. The equation that we're going to use is 45 plus k equals 63. When you add a number to 45, we need it to equal 63. So let's just try some numbers here. Probably we know it's going to have to be bigger than 10 because 45 plus 10 is 55. So I know it's got to be bigger than 10. So I'm just going to start with, I'm going to pick 3 numbers. I'm going to pick 14, 15, no, I'm going to pick 14, 16, and 18. And let's see what happens. So we're going to guess. We already guessed. And now let's check and revise. Okay, so let's try 14 first. 45 plus 14, does it equal 63? Let's check it out. 5 plus 4 is 9. 4 plus 5 is, or 4 plus 1 is 5. So that is 59. It does not equal 63. So we have to revise. So we're going to try 16. 45 plus 16. Does that equal 63? Well, let's check it out. 45 plus 16. 5 plus 6 is 11. 4 plus 1 is 61. We're getting closer, but we are still not correct. That is not right. So we need to revise one more time. Let's try 18. We know we have to get bigger because we've got 59, 61. We need to go a little bit bigger. So does 45 plus 18 equal 63? 5 plus 8 is 13, and 4 plus 1 plus the other one does equal 63. So we are correct. Good job. Okay, now we need to talk about multiplication and division equations. Okay, these are not any harder, trust me. So let's look at one where we're given some choices, okay? Is 3, 4, or 5 the solution of the equation 18 equals 6z? Please remember that 6z is a multiplication problem. Anytime you have a number squished up next to a variable, that means times. Okay, so we need to plug in the 3 numbers that we're given and see which is correct. Oops, let me write it the way it's written up here. 18 equals 6 times 3. 18 equals 6 times 4. And 18 equals 6 times 5. Please pause the video now and circle the one that you think is correct. Hopefully, you all chose this one because this is true. 6 times 3 does equal 18. 6 times 4 equals 24. So that would be false. 6 times 5 equals 30. That also would be false. Let's try a division problem now. Solve 16 divided by s equals 8 mentally. Let's write it out without words first so we can see what that looks like. 16 divided by s equals 8. So 16 divided by something equals 8. How can we get 8? How many groups can we split 16 up into to give each person 8? So think about it. If you had 16 pieces of candy and you wanted each person to have 8 of them, how many groups would you be able to make? Only 2, right? So 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Okay, you can also think with division problems, you can think backward and think multiplication. Remember, every division problem, 16 divided by s equals 8, is a multiplication problem in reverse. You learned this with dividing fractions. You've learned this when you've done fact families. So 8 times something equals 16. We know that 8 times 2 equals 16. So definitely check your work and make sure that you have made a complete correct sentence. We get a star. Okay, now I want you to work on this one on your own and then come back and check. Mason bought 72 sticks of gum. There are 8 sticks of gum in each package. Use the guess, check, and revise strategy to solve the equation 8p equals 72 to find p, the number of packages that Mason bought. So 8 times something equals 72. So I want you to think of a few numbers that you can try and see if you can come up with the solution. Once you're finished, press play and check your solution. Hopefully, you tried a few numbers, or maybe you just knew it in your head. If you know your multiplication facts very well, this should have been easy. 8 times 9 equals 72. That is the correct answer. Okay, you may have tried, if you were doing guess and check, you may have tried 7 or 8, and you would have found that those were incorrect. Let's look at the last one. Identify the solution of the equation from the list given. Okay, sometimes you will be given a list of solutions next to the problem. You can see there's a semicolon here. That just is separating the equation from this list of solutions. So this is similar to what we did before, but you're going to write the equation down. 9 plus w equals 17, and you're going to test all the solutions that are given. 9 plus 7 equals 17, 9 plus 8 equals 17, and 9 plus 9 equals 17 to see which is correct. Please circle the answer that you think is correct. When you have finished, press play and check to see if you are correct. Hopefully you went through these answers and found that 9 plus 7 does not equal 17. 9 plus 9 does not equal 17. And our correct answer is 8. You have done a really good job learning how to solve equations mentally. Now I would like you to do one. I would like you to rate yourself. Based on what you have learned in this video, please highlight the statement that is true for you. Either you feel, I understand how to solve equations mentally, or I still have some questions about solving equations. Please highlight the correct response for you and show your teachers when they check your notes. If you still have questions, we will be happy to help you before you go on any further. Bye for now.